Chapter 1. With all thy getting, get unction. The Cinderella of the church of today is the prayer meeting. The handmaid of the Lord is unloved and unwooed because she is not dripping with the pears of intellectualism, nor glamorous with the silks of philosophy. Neither is she enchanting with the tiara of psychology. She wears the homespuns of sincerity and humility, and so is not afraid to kneel. The offense of prayer is that it does not essentially tie in to mental efficiency. That is, not to say that prayer is a partner to mental sloth. In these days, efficiency is at a premium. Prayer is conditioned by one thing alone, and that is spirituality. One does not need to be spiritual to preach. That is, to make and deliver sermons of homiletical perfection and exegetical exactitude by a combination of memory, knowledge, ambition, personality, plus well-lined bookshelves, self-confidence, and a sense of having arrived. Brother, the pulpit is yours almost anywhere these days. Preaching of the type mentioned affects men. Prayer affects God. Preaching affects time. Prayer affects eternity. The pulpit can be a shop window to display our talents. The closet speaks death to display. The tragedy of this late hour is that we have too many dead men in the pulpit giving out too many dead sermons to too many dead people. Oh, the horror of it. There is a strange thing that I have seen under the sun, even in the fundamentalist circle. It is preaching without unction. What is unction? I hardly know, but I know what is not, or at least I know when it's not upon my soul. Preaching without unction kills instead of giving life. The unctionless preacher is a servant of death unto death. The word does not live unless the unction is upon the preacher. Preacher, with all thy getting, get unction. Brethren, we could well manage to be half as intellectual of the modern pseudo kind if we were twice as spiritual. Preaching is a spiritual business. The sermon born in the head reaches the head. The sermon born in the heart reaches the heart. Under God, a spiritual preacher will produce spiritually minded people. Unction is not a gentle dove beating her wings against the bars outside of the preacher's soul. Rather, she must be pursued and won. Unction cannot be learned, only earned by prayer. Unction is God's knighthood for the soldier preacher who has wrestled in prayer and gained the victory. Victory is not won in the pulpit by firing intellectual bullets or wisecracks, but in the prayer closet. It is won or lost before the preacher's foot enters the pulpit. Unction is like dynamite. Unction comes not by the medium of the bishop's hand, neither does it come mildew when the preacher is cast into prison. Unction will pierce and percolate. It will sweeten and soften when the hammer of logic and the fire of human zeal fail to open the stony heart. Unction will succeed. What a fever of church building there is just now. Yet, without unctionized preachers, these altars will never see anxious penitents. Suppose that we saw fishing boats with the latest in radar equipment and fishing gear, launched month after month, put out to sea, only to return without a catch. What excuse would we take for this barrenness? Yet, thousands of churches see empty altars week after week and year after year, and cover these sterile situations by misapplying the scriptures. My word shall not return unto me void. Incidentally, this seems to be one of the very few texts that the dispensationalists forgot to tell us was written to the Jews. This is very serious. The ugly fact is that altars, fires are either out or burning very low. Is that our altar fires are either out or burning very low. The prayer meeting is dead or dying. By our attitude to prayer, we tell God that what was begun in the spirit, we can finish in the flesh. What church ever asks its candidating ministers, what time do they spend in prayer? What church does that? Yet ministers who do not spend 2 hours a day in prayer are not worth a dime, a dozen, degrees or no degree. The church today is standing on the sidewalk, watching with fever and frustration, while the sin-dominated evil geniuses of Moscow strut the middle of the road, breathing out threatenings against whatsoever things are lovely and of good report. Behind, followers follow the purple pageantry of Papal Rome. Moreover, the devil has substituted reincarnation for regeneration, familiar spirits for the Holy Spirit, Christian science for divine healing, the Antichrist for the true Christ, and the Church of Rome for the true church. Against these twin evils of communism and Romanism, what has the church to offer? What has the church to offer? Where is the supernatural? Both in the pulpit and in the press, somnolence seems to have overtaken religious controversy of late. Even Rome did not call us Protestants anymore. We have just the useless name of non-Catholics. Significant, isn't it? Hell has no fury like that of this mother of harlots when she is stirred, but who now earnestly contends for the faith once delivered to the saints? Where are the unauctionized pulpit crusaders? Preachers who should be fishing for men are now too often fishing for compliments from men. Preachers used to sow seed, now they string intellectual pearls. Imagine a few sown with pearls. Away with this palsied, powerless preaching, which is unmoving because it was born in a tomb instead of a womb, and nourished in a fireless, prayerless soul. We may preach and perish, but we cannot pray and perish. If God called us to ministry, then, dear brethren, I contend that we should get unctionized. With all thy getting, get unction, lest barren altars be the badge of our unauctionless intellectualism. Thank you. That's it for chapter 1. We move on to chapter 2.